What's good, YouTube? Jose here. Thank you for checking in with me. Appreciate you guys as always. Listen, I'm going to get right to it. I got a question to ask you. By now, it's no secret the Minnesota Vikings took an L last night to the Los Angeles Rams in the first round of the playoffs. That's correct. You heard it here. 14 and 3, Minnesota Vikings took an L in the first round of the playoffs. That same fan base talking crazy all year, that same fan base talking crazy about the Lions last week, took an L. No big deal. Whatever. I digress. My question is, though, and it's something that I've seen floating around social media: did the Detroit Lions break Sam Darnold and the Minnesota Vikings? Simple question. Did we break them? I think we did. I think AG and that defense, whatever game plan he had laid out, laid the blueprint, and the LA Rams followed the script. They put pressure on Sam Darnold. They had him flustered all night. He was sacked 9 times last night. 9. The guy looked lost, man. That offense just could not get anything going. I thought Kevin O'Connell called a really weird game. It's like he didn't learn from last week. Like I just didn't understand what they were doing. They couldn't run the ball. It was just, man, they got smoked from the opening kickoff. It was just never close. And yeah, I mean, they only mustered 9 points back to back weeks. Again, Sam Darnold looked awful. It was just a bad outing. And it was a common theme on social media. Everyone was asking the question or posing the statement: the Lions broke the Minnesota Vikings and Sam Darnold. And I want your guys' opinion because I think that it's totally valid. It's warranted. That statement is warranted, and it showed last night. If you look at the Minnesota Vikings season, they lost 3 games. Two of the regular season losses were to us, the Detroit Lions. The other was to the LA Rams, and then now they're lost in the playoffs again to the LA Rams. So this year they lost 4 times to the same 2 teams, and crazy enough, it was on back-to-back weeks. When the Lions beat them earlier in the year for their first loss of the season, the following week they lost to the Rams. Fast forward to this week, we played them week 17 of the regular season, took an L to the Detroit Lions. First week of the playoffs, lost to the LA Rams. You just hate to see it. Unfortunate. But no, I really like watching that game last night, man. I was at a loss. Like, I didn't think they would come out looking that bad. Like, the last 2 weeks, what we've seen from that Minnesota Vikings team is not the same Minnesota Vikings team we saw all season long. Back to back weeks scoring 9 points is crazy. Justin Jefferson not getting going, Addison not getting going. They didn't score their first touchdown till, was it late in the third quarter or early fourth quarter to TJ Hawkinson? I don't remember exactly when it was scored, but I mean, they were shut out majority of that game, man. And I don't know, man. I feel like nobody has lost more money more quickly than Sam Darnold did over these last 2 weeks. Maybe Trey Lance, but he was a rookie, right? But man, I mean, this guy Sam Darnold went from 2 weeks ago talking about a $200 million contract, a $40 million a year average, to now probably out of Minnesota. If I'm not resigning him, if I'm Kevin O'Connell and the GM, for what? We drafted JJ. What we saw from him under pressure these last 2 weeks, we might as well take our chances with the rookie. Now, granted, JJ McCarthy won't be technically a rookie next year, but I mean, it's going to be his first NFL snaps. It's no different, right? One extra year under or in the system under Kevin O'Connell, but still, it's going to be his first snap. So I don't know. Me personally, I'm taking my chances with JJ McCarthy next year. But yeah, I saw it floating around on social media, and I happen to agree with it. I believe that Aaron Glenn and our Detroit Lions broke the Minnesota Vikings. And after, taking that beating last week in an embarrassing fashion on Sunday night, it was never close, The first half a little bit, but second half we just put it on them. Man, it was hard. It was a hard uphill battle for them to overcome, especially being, man, can you imagine winning 14 games and you got to go on the road? For the most part, I mean, everyone's talking about the NFL and reseeding, and for the most part, they proved it. It was proven right, as far as like the upset. Washington upsetting Tampa, even though they had the better record. But in last night's case, not so much. The better record lost and lost badly. So I don't know. We'll see what the NFL does with all that. But yeah, I just want to get your guys' thoughts, man. I came on here to just jump on and pose the question to you guys. What do you think? Did Aaron Glenn and the Detroit Lions break the Minnesota Vikings? Let me know down in the comments below. Also, what do you think about Sam Darnold? Is he back in Minnesota? Is he gone? Where do you think he'll end up? Let us know. As always, we appreciate you. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Like, comment, and we'll check you on the next one. Peace.